Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi. Sorry ya. My computer hanging. Okay, for the time being. So if somebody has or someone has my lecture, okay, the slide, okay, you can project it. Okay, tolong. Tadi dah tunggu lama sampai tertidur, dia hanging ya. Okay. Okay, we go. Ada apa? Slide. If not, just a simple. Today is straightforward. I think you pun dah lepas quiz pun dah boring ya. So, can you hear me ya?
Yes, Doctor.
Yes.
So it's simple. This one straightforward. We're talking about thyroid, and the thyroid have two disease or disorders. There's hypo and hyperthyroidism. Okay, hypo meaning that less thyroid hormones being released or being secreted by the thyroid gland, while the hypothyroidism meaning that the hormone is in excess, meaning that abnormally increase. So it can cause certain clinical manifestation. By now, I think you are in, Dr. Sanda, thought about the clinical medicine of the like a grave disease, I suppose lah, isn't it? Grave disease, there's a hypothyroidism, okay, eczema, edema. That's the thing for the hypothyroidism, meaning eczema. So it can cause, of course, in terms of the functions of this particular hormone. It's meant for energy, isn't it? Energy, metabolism, to control all metabolism. Since thyroid is a nuclear factor, meaning that it start stimulate at the nucleus level, okay, from the RNA, and then development of the certain proteins that been used for the metabolism, respiration. So it's quite important hormones. I think by now physiologically you also been taught about that, isn't it? So I should be straight to the pharmacology of the. I'm still with you. I have and us first is actually while I'm talking, I'm trying to recover my laptop. Okay, okay, start, and I want to start. Nah, further down. If you wish to follow my my lectures, okay, I already go to the disease one, the hypothyroid. Okay, for the first part of 5 to 6 slides, I have already mentioned regarding the disease, the functions, the physiological roles of the thyroid hormone. So that's why I just merely trying to go straight to the pharmacological aspect. So in a hypothyroidism, we have okay, further down this actually TSH. Oh, you have the old one. I already updated my lectures. You need to follow the one that in the iTalim. I already updated the newest versions on the thyroid lectures, pharmacological lectures on thyroid. I already uploaded. Okay, if you look at this slide, it actually to show this more recapitulation ni kalau fisiologi TSH. TSH thyroid stimulating hormone been secreted or been released by the pituitary based on the certain feedback mechanism where there is a reduced tyrosine or reduced thyroid hormone, or there is a negative feedback. The iodide itself, okay, can give a stimulate the thyroid directly to the thyroid to produce the thyroxine or thyronine. Okay. Okay, that's the thing. So this is the step. We call the process of the productions of thyroxine and thyronine. T3 and T4. T4 is thyronine, while thyroxine is the T3. Okay, it starts where the uptake of iodide, the inorganic iodine is iodide. Okay, from our bloodstream to the follicular, the cells of the thyroid gland. Okay, it goes straight to the colloidal area. Okay, where there is another transporter, pendrin. Okay, I think I don't want to go to the details. The details should be given by the I don't know whether physiology kan. Okay, physiology, how this thyroid hormone being produced. The only thing I want to highlight is the step. Okay, so there is a carrier or transporter. Okay, that transport the iodide into the ion transport the iodide into the colloidal, in the follicular, the lumen of the follicular, thyroid follicular. And then there is a dia panggil apa? Organification. The iodide become iodine, iodine being coupling DIT, MIT, okay, monoiodotyrosine, okay. And then we also, there is a that particular process being controlled by TSH, by the thyroid stimulating hormone. All the process, that's the things that I want to. Okay, I boleh control. Okay. So that's the and then the coupling, and then again there is endocytosis. That's the place where the drugs our drugs can control, as well as the TSH. Okay, that's why I think that the important step where you need to know. That's why you have to learn the the physiology of the normal physiology of the thyroid production or thyroid hormone production. Okay, so that's it. So the thyroid disease, okay, I put there. When talking about the thyroid, we are referring to the gland, isn't it? The gland, the thyroid gland in the body. So the disorder sometimes is very more or less ada bengkak, there is swollen gland, but yet there is no symptom, meaning that it's very harmless until the one that very serious that can cause it's a cancerous, even though the swollen, or they call it the swelling of the gland, it actually due to the cancer. It's not just due to the hyperplasia or hypertrophy of the gland. It's due to the function, but due to disease of the cancer, that's the one that the most dangerous lah. Okay, but it can be a harmless. Kalau orang Melayu kata bengkak cantik, bengkak cantik, tak ada masalah. Okay, there is no sign or symptom. By now, you should know if there is an excess, there is a sign or symptom of hypothyroidism. Apa dia sign and symptom? Mata dia, the exophthalmos, okay, palpitation, tachycardia palpitation, heat intolerance lagi. I think by now you know Dr. Sanda punya lecture ni I don't want to repeat. Okay. So that is the clinical manifestations of the hypothyroidism when there is the patient present with a enlarged gland or swelling of the thyroid. Thyroid ni kat leher nanti pula fikir kat mana thyroid ni. Okay, kat leher. Okay. So again it can be just not harmless kan. Harmless, we call it goiter. Pernah dengar goiter? That's why goiter is normal. And the one that shows the symptom, we call it a toxic goiter. Toxic goiter meaning that goiter, that enlargement due to increased activity of the gland to secrete tyrosine, or I mean the thyroid hormone, both lah, T3 and T4. Okay, while the one that swell or swollen or enlargement of the gland, but there is no clinical manifestations, meaning that there is no hyperactivity, so no gland. I mean no gland, no increase of. So ini ada punya apa? Just I updated the things that actually really more detail and more functional. Dia punya regarding the productions of thyroid hormone. Okay, you can see that I already mentioned, isn't it? The step, the thyroid stimulating hormone, okay, actually dictating or controlling all the step 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's from the uptake, the transportations of the iodide from the bloodstream to the follicular and to the colloidal. Okay. So all the things, okay, nanti kita akan bincang lah. That's why you have to know, because after this, when we talking about the anti-thyroid, we will discuss on this iodide. Okay, iodide, even though it's actually the precursors of this thyroxine. In case of hyperthyroidism, okay, it being used as a anti-thyroid. Nanti why? Nanti we will discuss. Okay, we use it as anti-thyroid. Okay, jangan confuse. Okay. Okay, so this is hypothyroidism. Okay, I think we already I already mentioned it. It comes the energy. Okay, for the very important hormones, okay, in our body function. It's quite the spectrum of the activities, okay, quite wide or large. Okay, the spectrum. Aduh, my computer still memerlukan kesabaran yang tinggi. Okay, I think you just because I need to go. I mean, to go into the MS team. If not, as if that I'm not really conducting the the lecture. Okay, anyway, okay. Hypothyroidism. Okay, it's very dangerous to the newborns and infants. So it can cause kita panggil apa? Stunted growth as well as the mental growth, or the brain or the nerve growth disturbed. Yeah? So it can cause cretinism. Okay, cretinism is include mental retardation. The worst thing happen, mental retardation, not just physically stunted, the growth stunted, dwarfism. It can cause also cretinism. Okay. Okay, so hypothyroid infant is actually inactive and quiet. So with this manifestation, it shows that the baby or the infant having hypothyroidism. Okay, so this hypothyroidism can lead the first myxedema and can cause coma, this situation. And then it can cause other syndrome of inappropriate adrenal stimulation hormone, okay, caused by persistent hyponatremia and serum hypoosmolality. So it can actually cause the most of the problem. Okay, the tonicity of our fluid, our body fluid is not really, so meaning that all the transportation, all the things been disrupted. Okay, so whole range of problem. So the etiology why it's happened, okay, we can see, yeah, the causes Hashimoto's thyroiditis, they are autoimmune. So you can see, yeah, the hypothyroidism should be, kalau hypo tu should be, kalau saya logiknya there is a less thyroid hormone, but yet the goiter, meaning that the enlargements of the thyroid gland seen. Goiter meaning that can be seen, the enlargement of the thyroid. Thyroid normally cannot be seen. So when being seen, we call it goiter. Okay, wow. Okay, nanti goiter ni apa? Goiter actually the clinical enlargement. That's why in my slide, when there is the present, meaning that we can see the goiter. Okay, most of the, even though hypothyroidism, okay, it enlarged due to what? Hyperplasia, but yet have failed to produce tyrosine. So because you can see, because so many steps, okay, from the not just the follicle, the colloidal inside the follicle, isn't it? So mana-mana been trapped, so there is an increase of activity when if there is one step been blocked or distract. So it's sometimes still producing something because of the uh, lack of thyroid hormone. So the THH, the thyroid stimulant hormone, remember it stimulates all the steps, isn't it? But if there is something wrong, macam ni ada thyroiditis, the inflammation of certain things that actually no longer functional. So that there is no function, but other step is still functioning. So that's why it become enlarged. Okay, the hyperplastic. Okay, the thyroid stimulating hormone keep stimulating all the other processes. Okay, so that does make the thing enlarged. Okay, when there is a overwhelming or kita panggil apa, the destruction is the whole cells. Okay, you can see in the radiation. So the goiter absent, meaning that there is actually no activity. Okay, if there is a TSH, there is no response from the thyroid gland, because thyroid gland more or less macam already dead. Okay, already dead. Meaning no response from that particular gland. So that's why it's very severe. Radiation, okay, the degree of hypothyroidism is quite severe. Yeah. Tapi Microsoft ni quite irritating me, Microsoft. Okay, Naman. Okay, thanks mana tadi? Okay, talking about the goiter tadi. Okay, the goiter. So the radiations. Another one that absent is a TSH deficit. But the thyroid gland normal, but yet there is no stimulations, or we call it trophic hormone. Thyroid stimulating hormone is a trophic hormone, isn't it? That actually stimulate and kata orang apa tu to jaga well-being of the gland. But if there is less or no TSH, so become small, isn't it? The gland. So that's the thing. Okay. Mild because there is a certain thyroid hormone being produced. Okay, there is a certain degree of thyroid hormone because it's actually functioning but less stimulated. Okay, because less TSH. Okay. Okay, and then I think that's all for that. I think I want to illustrate how this the etiology of hypothyroidism affects the thyroid gland, how this particular pathological condition end up with the enlarged goiter, enlarged thyroid, but yet is less productions of thyroid hormone. Okay, I think that's it. I just to highlight the drug-induced thyroid. Okay, again, we have to be careful in pharmacological aspect. Okay, when we give certain thyroid, such as a thyroid hormone, such as iodide. Iodide is anti-thyroid, anti-thyroid. Okay. Something wrong with me. My okay. Okay. So iodide, thiomide. Thiomide is one of the anti-thyroid. Also can cause the drug-induced hypothyroidism. Thiomide, iodide is meant to cure hyperthyroidism, but it can cause hypothyroidism. Okay, I want to highlight that. Okay, it's one of the etiology. So we have the preparation meaning that the type of hormones. We have a synthetic one, levothyroxine, liothyronine 3,3, okay, and Leotrix 3,4 plus C3, meaning that both of T4 and T3 inside that formulation. And also we have the animal origin. Okay, previously, okay, we have this animal origin, but the problem with animal origin, it can cause allergic reaction or hypersensitivity or rejection, whatever autoimmune disease. Okay, so it's quite not really recommended. Okay, so some country already ban the use of this animal origin. Okay, even though ni tadi pigs ada from the porcine, or we call it from the pig. Okay, and then the most of the time we use T4 rather than T3. Okay, T4 then T3. Okay, why? Kita kan kenapa why? In terms of function, T3 have more towards the cardiac. Okay, there is a increase cardiac sensitivity. Okay, towards beta stimulation with epinephrine. Okay, so it become more kita panggil increase the adverse effect, okay, on the cardiac when compared to T4. Okay. Actually, you aware that T3 is more potent than the T4, isn't it? And then in terms of half-life, T4 is longer action when you compare with the T3. Okay. So the T3 we use only when there is specifically the patient having a deficiency on the T3. If not, we not really the drug of choice is a T4 rather than T3. That's the thing. Yeah. I put there. Thyroxine is the preferred agent because of the undesired effect of T3. Okay. So again, is not good for the older population. Okay, in infantile or neonatal state, we should be start as soon as to prevent the risk of developmental delay. So that is the problem, isn't it? So the cretinism and the stunted growth. Okay, again I put there monitoring vision when we give the T4 or T3. Okay, we need to monitor. Nak monitor guna apa? We monitor the level of T3 or T4? No, we monitor the TSH, the thyroid stimulating hormone. Is the one that the parameters that we measure. Kenapa pula? What? What the reason? Kenapa tak guna? Okay. Ada jawapan? Ada jawapan? Saya dapat dengar. Okay. Oh, I both. I already in with my computer. But yet the slide not coming out. Okay, never mind. So tadi apa? TSH, we monitor the level or the activity rather than the level. We predict the level between the therapeutics range by using TSH. Okay, itu dia tu kan, an elevated value indicate insufficient treatment. So when we measure the TSH is higher, so meaning that it's not enough to that 3.3 or 3.4 that we give, okay, not enough to suppress, to give a negative feedback to the pituitary. So meaning that we need to increase the T4. That's how we monitor and we determine the dose. Okay, either is enough or not enough to increase the dose or to maintain the dose. It depends on the TSH level. So it's due to the negative feedback, isn't it? Okay, I think you're aware about that. We're talking about the pituitary thyroid axis. So that's why once the euthyroid state is achieved, euthyroid meaning that the clinical manifestation already normal. The clinical manifestation of hyperthyroidism or hypothyroidism. Okay, I'm talking about hypo. Already no longer exists. Okay, then we more or less maintain, and by you looking at the TSH as well as the free T4 level. Okay, so we can determine for the 1 year to 6 months to 1 year. Okay, so the problem is I can't display the content. No, I open my camera, then you can see. Okay. So we go to drug interactions. Drug interaction. So the drug interaction meaning that pharmacokinetic interactions in terms of absorption. Tadi reduce thyroid hormone. Okay, we have to. The first one is productions, meaning that lithium, iodine containing medications, amiodarone, it can reduce the productions of the thyroid. So meaning that if you give the thyroid hormone therapy, replacement therapy,
it actually become less efficient lah kan, because the one that the thyroid also reduce dia punya capacity to release the thyroid. And then drug that reduce thyroid hormone absorption. So the hormones that we give to the patient in terms of absorption, okay, reduce. So it actually due to this, I list this saccharate, ferrous sulfate, correct, cholestyramine. All these drugs able to reduce the absorptions of the thyroxine or the thyroid hormone, and then increase metabolism. So the particular this drug, rifampin and antimycobacterial, can increase the metabolism, so meaning reduce their half-life and also the activity. Okay. Okay, another one is drug displace thyroid hormone from the protein binding. Actually, the protein binding should not be so significant. 0.2, the 0.2% bound to the plasma protein. But yet, if the drugs can displace, it actually it can increase the eliminations of this thyroid hormone, okay, the excretion, so it becomes shorter in terms of half-life. Okay, so that is the interactions. So settle, hypothyroidism. So we use 3-3 and 3-4 and T3. The drug of choice is 3-4, yeah, not the T3. T3 only if there is a specific reduction of T3, meaning that since T3 been converted on terbalik cakap, T4 is converted to T3 in the peripheral, not in the dipanggil dekat gland, the thyroid gland. Okay, so hypothyroidism, we can see the overproduction. Hyper meaning increase the production normally, not really normal, normally. So you can see the grave disease. So the production of too much thyroid as a whole. The disease meaning that the thyroid, semua the whole. Toxic edema meaning the nodules. There is an active nodule that grave. I think Dr. Sanda already thought about this, isn't it? I pun tak nak lah. I just the things. Okay. So we go to the treatment. So we have 6. Actually, 1 to 5 is the one that directed to the synthesis or the productions of the thyroid hormone. The 6 is towards symptomatic. Okay. And then the other mode of treatment is thyroidectomy. Thyroidectomy is remove the thyroid. If there is a nodule, toxic nodule, you remove the toxic nodule. Or if there is a extra lobe, we remove the extra lobe of the thyroid. Or sometimes we can't really control grave disease. Okay, the whole thyroid become abnormal, so we remove all the thyroid. So the patient has to depend on the hormonal replacement therapy. Thyroid itu je. Okay, that's this is the last resort lah, because sometimes we can't control. Okay, even though we give this anti-thyroid, but yet we can't control the clinical manifestations of hyperthyroidism. Okay. So sepatutnya dah habis ni tadi sebab ni. My komputer ni okay lah. Sabtu ni I nak tukar dia. Okay, anti-thyroid, so effective in the long-term treatment. Okay, meaning that we can use this in a the effect is not immediate. Kenapa? That's why you have to know the synthesis of this, the process, and the synthesis of this thyroid hormone. Okay, dia ada colloidal tu, there is a very huge storage, okay, of this thyroid hormone. So it can produce continuously even though you are blocked with anti-thyroid. Okay, the situations or the clinical manifestations still there. Okay. Hai sebenarnya ada echo Never mind. Okay. So this is where the drugs act. Actually, I put on my slide previously. Okay, very simple. The iodide works all the steps. Okay, because it's a negative feedback of the process. So the process or the synthesis actually been controlled, not just the TSH. Okay, it also controlled by the raw material. Okay, the iodide. Okay, the first group, thiamides. Okay, we have propyltyrosine, metimazole, and carbamazole. So they inhibit peroxidase catalyzing reaction. So the organification, iodine, meaning the iodide become iodine and been condensed to the thyroglobulin. Thyroglobulin. Okay, so that's so they inhibit that peroxidase. So that's the thiamide, the three, the metimazole, include the metimazole, carbamazole, as well as the propylthiouracil. So the bezanya, the only different, propylthiouracil also inhibit T4 converting to T3. So meaning can reduce better adverse effects of this hyperthyroidism. Okay, because the T3 is the one that cause the most of the problem. Okay, dah pergi ke sini dia tak terikut saya. Okay, I already go to this thiamide. Okay, the propylthiouracil and metimazole. Okay, so this the thing that you should aware. Thiamide, not all the thiamide has the same action. Okay, propylthiouracil inhibit the T4 converting to T3 in the peripheral. Okay, I think we go. The indications, thiamide, mild hyperthyroid, surgery, and iodine, radioactive iodine not permitted. So meaning that this is an alternative. You know that a thyroid is actually surgical issue, not medical. Surgical, meaning that the main treatment or the principal treatment is the surgical. So again, these drugs mainly an adjunct, or if we can really do the surgery or this radioactive. Okay, so another one, thiamide adjunct as well as operation preparation, in preparing the patient for operation to reduce the size, okay, the vascularity of the thyroid gland. Okay, by blocking by thiamide, so meaning that is reduce the activity, so the blood vessels, okay, will shrunk or reduce since there is less activity. That's why is actually prepared the thyroid, okay, for the operation. Thyroid crisis, okay, when there is a crisis, so we need to go all full blown of therapy. Okay, so we use also this drug thiamine. So adverse effects, okay, long-term use lead to thyroid hyperplasia. Okay, when there is increase, there is can increase the size. So that's why we have control. Because again, the definite treatment is sebenarnya removing the thing, isn't it? Okay, but if we unable to remove, so we trying our best to shorten. If not, at the end of the day, they have to remove the thyroid. Pruritic macular rash is another adverse effect, and the severe adverse reaction is agranulocytosis. Okay, there is a effect on the white blood cells. Okay, so there is reduction. Okay. So now we go to the anion inhibitors. We have perchlorate, pentakinate, citate, anthocyanate. So this particular ion inhibitors is block uptake of the iodide through the competitive inhibition of iodide transport mechanism. Okay, if still remember the diagram tadi, okay, the iodide should be uptake by this particular transport. Okay, so iodide transportation being blocked by this. Okay, effective especially potassium perchlorate in thyroidal reuptake of iodide in patient with iodide induced hyperthyroidism. Okay, hyperthyroidism, the problem been induced by iodide, high iodide in the body. So it's actually very effective lah by using this anion inhibitors. Okay, but in terms of adverse effect, potassium perchlorate can cause aplastic anemia. Again, the blood problem. Okay, this one iodide. Remember iodide, it can block all steps. They can cause hypothyroidism, but it actually block the when we use it as an anti-thyroid, we meant it to block all the step of the synthesis of the thyroid. Okay, so again, it's rarely used single or monotherapy, meaning that it's an adjunct, isn't it? An adjunct with other therapy. Okay, the pharmacological ni just one part of it. Okay, there's so many things, radioactive. Okay, the other modalities, not the drugs. More when anti-thyroid lah when talking about. When hypothyroid, of course, we need the replacement therapy. But when hyperthyroidism, we need other modalities. Okay, in order to control the disease. Okay, so hormone by inhibition of thyroglobulin proteolysis. What is main? The main inhibit, but there was a multiple effect on the thyroid or organification, meaning that the iodide become iodine and become coupling again all the iodide. Okay, daripada start tadi from the beginning. Okay, and the proteolysis. Proteolysis meaning that after being resemble, okay, when there is become DIT or MIT, diiodothyronine, okay, and also MIT monodiiodothyronine, okay, it actually been endocytosis back to the follicular cell. Tadi pada colloidal berlaku organification all berlaku dekat colloid. Okay, and then the thing should be go back to the cell, so be endocytosis. So itu pun actually can be blocked by this iodide. Okay, so the indication iodide useful in thyroid storm and thyroiditis, pre-operative operation for enlarged thyroid surgery. Okay, again need to reduce this vascularity, size, and the fragility of the gland. They become clump. Okay, so iodide adverse effect can cause iodism, iodine punya reaction, like lacrimation, salivation, rhinitis, weakness, and skin eruption. And then acne form rashes, keluar jerawat. Okay. Swollen salivary glands. The glands, salivary glands, not the thyroid gland, the salivary gland. We're talking about the airway sphere, the other organ. Mucous membrane ulceration, conjunctivitis, rhinorrhea. That is the iodide adverse effect. You can read. I tak nak. Sepatutnya I just browse through and you can read. There is no issues about this. That you has read the adverse effect and the precaution on this. Oh yeah, there is an issue there. There is an issue. The precaution, iodide therapy will delay the onset of thioamide. So meaning that need to initiate thioamide first before iodide. That's why I list it. Even though iodide is more or less, you tengok the effect as all level, meaning that it's more formidable when compared with thioamide. But in terms of the usage, we have to use thioamide first, okay, then the iodide. If thioamide fail, then you can that. If you use iodide first, then when you want to use thioamide, is no longer effective. Okay, sebab iodide ni dah banyak dalam gland tu. So you block tak guna, isn't it? Because thioamide, the iodide is part of precursor. Okay, you have to block dia dah inside our body. Okay, so again, lagi lengthen the onset of the thioamide. Okay, so that's the reason we need to initiate thioamide first. Then if fail, then we give iodide. Okay, that's it. And then iodine should avoid it when the treatment. I tak tukar sini ya. Sorry iodide. Okay, saya terlupa. Saya tengok dekat sini. Saya terlupa. So this one, okay. The iodide regarding the adverse effect and precaution. Okay, other than that, okay, we go. The next, iodinated contrast media. Okay, we have oral iodides and iopanoic acid, and also we have IV ditrizoid. So this one is a contrast media inject. Okay, IV, or we can give oral. So inhibit conversion T4 to T3 in the liver, kidney, pituitary, and brain. Okay, it's outside the thyroid. Okay, so useful adjunctive therapy in the in thyroid storm. By now, I'm just saying thyroid storm. You know, what is it? Thyroid storm. Ini Dr. Sanda should deliver. And alternative in case of iodides and thioamides contraindicated, where cannot be iodides and cannot give thioamide, we can give iodinated contrast media. Okay, anyway, the toxicity is more or less the same as. So radioactive iodine. So this one is physically destroy the cell. So we reduce the size or reduce the capacity of the thyroid in producing the thyroid hormone. Itu je, direct. So that radiation. So this radioactive iodine been uptake by the gland. So actually that iodine is radioactive. It kills, okay, the follicles. Okay, emission of the beta rays. They saw the thyroidal parenchyma. Okay, parenchyma meaning that the body, the things, the structures inside the, so the damage. So it can more or less reduce the size as well as the function. Okay, because it's hyperfunction, hyperfunction in hyper. So we can do. But the problem is radiation-induced genetic damage can cause leukemia and neoplasia, cancer. Okay, so it contraindicated in pregnancy and nursing mother, but not pharmacist mother. Nursing mother. Lawak je. Okay, so the last symptomatic, remember the T3 dia tu dia ada effect. If there is increased thyroid hormones, it can cause palpitation, sensitivity, increased sensitivity of the cardiac, okay, with the beta stimulations, like adrenergic stimulation. So that's why we use this adreno receptor blocking agent. You block at the level of receptors. So that particular all the receptors, adrenal receptor become up-regulated. The sensitivity increase due to the T3. Okay, so you can call palpitation. Okay, so we use the metoprolol, propanolol, atenolol is all are the beta blockers. Okay, metaprolol, loving out laugh. Okay, yeah, lol. And effective therapeutic agent in management of thyrotoxicosis. So reduce the in terms of in storm crisis, thyrotoxicosis crisis. Okay, I think that's all for me. Okay, dah 11.30. Alhamdulillah, 1 hour. If there is no question, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you, Doctor.
Welcome.